What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video we have a few topics to talk about, and one of those is Fortnite potentially becoming evil. You'll understand a little bit later in the video, but first off, we have to talk about a brand new collaboration coming out for Fortnite soon, which is none other than Bloons Tower Defense 6x Fortnite. You can see it on screen right now. We're on the right side of the screen. It says Bloon TDA 6 and then, dash and then a question mark with the announcement coming March 28th. But if you look closely, it kind of has like an F that is appearing on screen. And with how many collaborations Fortnite's been doing recently, it's highly expected that this collab is actually going to be with Fortnite. It just kind of makes sense and would go with how many collaborations Epic Games has been doing recently. So that is one of the... hello? Does the rift just go away when you're like on top of it? But that is one of the collaborations to kind of keep your eyes out for. Now, the other thing we have to talk about is something interesting going on with this rift right here. Oh, it does just disappear when you get close to it. All right. We have to talk about what's going on with this giant thing up here and the rift above it. And it all starts off with Epic Games changing their official Twitter banner to be red. Now, maybe they've just been playing the virtual boy a little bit too much or something, but it is something that has just kind of happened out of the blue. They also changed their bio to drop in, squad up, something starting. Now, I don't think that anything is starting literally right now as the time of them changing their bio and everything. I think instead it's actually going to be happening during the power hour, because they've actually been hyping up this power hour to be a little bit different than normal. It's going to have the normal power hour things, but they also went ahead and threw this video in there as well, and it's obviously themed around the Dark Voyager. Now you can see that it kind of has the rift closing, but what's a little bit more interesting is that it looks like the rift in some cases is turning a little bit more red, potentially destabilizing or something as well, and this is supposed to happen during the power hour. Now it could just be a situation where it's like, oh, nothing's really destabilizing at all, it's just kind of a theory. It could be a situation where instead it's just Epic Games, trying to make it look visually pleasing or something, and them trying to power up that rift for the Dark Voyager's actual traveler like object thing or whatever else. But it's something that will be happening very soon and gives us a little bit of a glimpse into what the build up for Chapter 7 Season 2 is going to be. Now, I'd love to hear in the comments down below, what do you think they could potentially be doing for this power hour? What do you think the actual build up's going to relate to? Is the Dark Voyager, I think it's called the Dark Harvester. Actually, let's go outside real quick so I can ping it. Dark Harvester, right? Yep, the Dark Harvester. Is the Dark Harvester going to actually go through the rift once again, or is it going to be something where the rift kind of malfunctions or whatever else? Dark Harvester gets stranded on the current island and he tries gaining like influence. The Dark Voyager tries getting influence on the current island instead of, trying to pull things from other realities and things. Or is it going to be something where it does just kind of rift away, and then we just kind of get to sit here and wait while we have the 0 point being slowly rebuilt right there in the middle? Who really knows? But it could also be the opportunity for them to go ahead and merge certain things like those 0 rift portals and everything into the Battle Royale island, but only time will tell. Now, based on leaks, if I remember correctly, the Dark Harvester is actually going to rift away. However, I actually didn't keep up with the leaks this time around in terms of the Dark Harvester, so there is a chance that was just related to the first time it rifted away, and they don't actually plan to use that. Imagine if they had like a fake, bait version of the rift away for the Dark Harvester in the Fortnite files, for leakers to find and leak publicly, and then right before the event happens or something, they go ahead and decrypt a new file, and it's like, oh, hey, believe it or not, it's not just going to happen that way. There's actually some secret phase that Epic Games didn't make us aware of that, they were able to like bait leakers with or something in order to have like an alternative reality version of what's going to happen here actually happen in everyone's game. But of course, your guess is as good as mine. I didn't keep up with that many leaks in terms of the Harvester with this update, but I do know there were some by Hybrid over on Twitter, and I'll catch you champs and champettes tomorrow with another upload. So if you enjoyed today's short little video, consider subscribing and support the content I create. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and until next time, I am out.